Hi Leo, Leo Rising. Welcome to your 2025 horoscope and energy forecast. So there are some major changes occurring in 2025. We have some real huge transits occurring, okay? So it's time to really expand and move forward. Now, the major planet that is impacting you is Pluto because it's in your opposite sign until 2044. And that's impacting a lot of your relationships and partnerships and just like karma that you may have with significant people in your life. Now, of course, that's not going to impact everyone at the same time because Pluto is one of the most slowest moving planets. And like I said, it's going to be there until 2044. So that just depends on your unique chart. And so does this reading. Everything that I'm going to discuss today will not apply to every single Leo rising. So if you want to learn more about your chart and the transits that will be impacting you in 2025, book an astrology reading because this is just a general overview for Leo and Leo risings. So I'm going to get straight into it because there's a lot going on. First things first, as soon as we kick off January, we have the North Node moving into Pisces and the South Node moving into Virgo. So this occurs on January the 11th. Now the North Node is the energy we're moving into. So it's going to move from Aries into Pisces. I think when I did your horoscope for January, because every planet moves forward, but the nodes move backwards, I kind of like had a slip of words and I was like, so the North Node is moving from your 7th house into your 8th house, and that wasn't the case. It was the fact that the North Node was moving from your 9th into your 8th, but because you have so much like 7th house energy going on, I just had a slip of words. But the North Node will move out of your 9th house, so it's been expanding your mind, it's been expanding your horizons. You may have been traveling quite a lot, you may have been in education, or just like your philosophies and beliefs have been just expanding. Now the North Node will move into your 8th house. Now this has to do with shared finances and resources, this has to do with intimacy, this is the area of life that rules over transformation, the psyche, spirituality, the esoteric. This is where you can do a lot of shadow work, a lot of soul healing. Now to me, this goes in hand with the 7th house because Pluto is there. Pluto rules over the 8th house, and the fact that Pluto is in your 7th house and you got the North Node moving into the 8th house, it's a bit of both. It's a bit of both of a lot of the relationship stuff that you'll be going through is connected with intimacy, it's connected with shared finances and resources, it's connected with spiritual healing and shadow work and transformation. So there's going to be a huge focus in the 8th house on 8th house matters. Not only is the North Node going to be in the 8th house, but it means that we're also going to have the eclipses in the 8th house and the 2nd house. So you may experience some major transformation, either with shared finances and resources, either with relationships, intimacy, your spirituality, or just life events that are very deep. Or when it comes to the 2nd house and the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse we're going to have in Virgo, that may be regarding how you feel about yourself, your material resources, your financial status or situations, or what you value, what you own. That may go through a major upgrade, a major shift, a major transformation. Sometimes a transformation means an ending of some sort, a closure of some sort, or some sort of tension that has to be navigated through in order to come out of it from the other side. It just depends on your unique chart. But these two areas of life are going through a major upgrade throughout the year and the next 18 months. Now, not only is the 8th house being impacted by the nodes and the eclipses, but also as soon as we kick off the first quarter of 2025, we're going to have Venus retrograde in Aries, Mercury retrograde in Aries, and then they're both going to move into Pisces, which means they're going to move into your 8th house. So there's going to be a lot of going back and forth in this area of life, a lot of reevaluation, reassessing, renegotiating, a lot of re-strategizing, perhaps things coming to an end. And I know it may sound very overwhelming, like, wow, I'm going to go through all these things all at once. This is too much. But just think of it as your higher self, the cosmos, the universe, pushing you in a direction that needs to be worked through so that you can become who you're meant to become, so you can be who you're born to be, so that you can be liberated in a way, so that you can live on your divine path. You know, it's not all intense. There's some positivity occurring too. There's some exciting opportunities available too. There's some exciting transits happening too. So I just want you to know that we go through many shades of life. It's not always positive. There's many different emotions and experiences we have to go through to shape us so that we can become, you know, who we're meant to be. Now let's talk about Saturn and Neptune moving out of your 8th house, because that may have been quite a lot, but now, I say now, although due to retrograde season, they will dip in and out of your 8th house, but they will be moving into your 9th house of learning, higher education, expanding your mind, and also travel. So during this time, even though Neptune and Saturn don't really see eye to eye, they're two opposite energies. Saturn is all about structure, being realistic, commitment, taking charge of the time that is available to you and being really in tune with reality. Neptune is a complete opposite. It wants to drift away. It wants to be in la la land, and it wants to just live in its little serene, blissful bubble. But you can work with these two energies together in the sense of you can really channel your creativity during this time. This is great for writing because it will help you slow down and really restructure, reorganize, especially if you're working through some type of project. This may have to do with your higher learning or education, where it can really slow you down so that you can look at the details, so that you can work with your creativity as well. In terms of travel, Saturn can perhaps bring some restrictions where you may want to go places, but there's a lot going on in your life, so you're not able to play as much as you usually would. But regardless, this is not as intense as it would be if it was in another area of life. You can really work with it in a positive in terms of also sobering up your belief systems and your philosophies as well. Something exciting that's also going to happen is Jupiter will be moving from your 11th house into your 12th house on June the 9th. It moves into Cancer, which is your 12th house. So a lot of growth and expansion when it comes to your spirituality, abilities, creativities, and when it comes to like your connection with the universe and the divine. So there's also going to be a period this year where you'll find that you are growing and evolving in your spirituality, and that may be quite emphasized this year. Now, another exciting transit that's occurring is on July the 7th, Uranus enters Gemini. It's going to move out of your 10th house into your 11th house. So this is going to bring excitement, change, new experiences, a breakthrough with friendships, other people, groups, networks, societies, and your hopes and wishes for the future. Uranus is at home in the 11th house, so you can definitely expect meeting new people, meeting people that are different to you, but things just kind of work out where you kind of connect on some common ground, and you may even collaborate, and you may even like join some type of online community or group that really awakens you and liberates you, and you can find a lot of interesting connections with Uranus being in the 11th house. You can definitely also find yourself being very social, and I know there's other things kind of holding you back and making you really go inwards, but at the same time, sometimes these transits happen so simultaneously that things start to happen all at once. So there's also a part of you that may want to socialize and be out there like you usually do, but in a different way, because it's not going to be with the people you're used to. It's going to be people that are different and unique, and you find some type of common ground that can actually help you with your hopes and wishes for the future. Now, we're also going to have Mercury retrograde in your sign this year, so July the 18th until August the 11th. So Mercury retrograde in your sign, things can again slow down. They may not go your way. They may need a lot of analyzing, a lot of restructuring as well. going over things, so take your time with that. It's always a good time to go inwards and figure out what's going on with you, how you're feeling, what's your mind, and what your thoughts communicating with you, and also what's going around in your life. This is about taking it slow, going inwards, dropping into your heart center, and analyzing the last 6 months, the beginning of January until summer, like what's been going on in your life and how do you want to spend the rest of the remaining months of 2025. This may also be a time where you have to really go back and forth with certain people regarding like relationships or partnerships, because Pluto is in your 7th house and Mercury will be opposing your 7th house. So there may be some karmic conversations that occur during this time. Be careful of those misunderstandings or miscommunication. If you don't feel like you're understanding something or you're not on the same page, don't retaliate, because Mercury and Leo can be very fiery and very combative. So just take it easy, drop into the heart center. This is about going inwards and reassessing. Now let's take a look at the lunar events that will be impacting you. So let's take a look at the full moon that is going to be occurring on February the 12th. So full moons are about letting go, releasing. It's a time where closure can be very important. This could be a time where you're releasing and shedding old energies. This is also a culmination point. So this is a time where you can expect some manifestations to occur. Now this full moon occurs in Leo at 24 degrees. So those of you that have strong Leo at 24 degrees or close by will be impacted by this full moon the most, and you can expect some sort of transformation. Now another lunar event that's going to be impacting you is the new moon in Leo that occurs on July the 24th. So new moons are about new beginnings, new cycles, new chapters. This is a time to plant your seeds and plant your goals, because this is a very positive, beautiful new moon for you. Regardless of the other transits occurring and the other configurations occurring during this new moon, it's a positive new moon because it's your annual new moon. We only have an annual new moon once a year, so you have to make the most out of it. You have to always look at it from a positive. Of course, be very conscious and cautious of everything that's going around, but this is about you and celebrating you. And those of you that have Leo or Leo planets at 2 degrees or very close by will be impacted by this new moon the most, and you definitely will find some change occurring in your life. So Leo rising, I hope you enjoyed this forecast. I hope I was able to bring some clarity of what to expect, but also remember that your chart is unique. A lot of these transits that are occurring, some of them do take their time, and it won't impact everyone at the same time either. So again, if you want to learn more about what's going on in your life and what you can expect, book a one-to-one astrology reading. So have an incredible year ahead. May it be transformational. May it put you in your divine path. And I can't wait to speak with you soon and catch up. And I am sending you so much love.